Hello, Bart Riley back. Finally. Now that 2012 is over and 2013 is upon us, I've been feeling a bit nostalgic for the year just gone. At time of recording, it is the second week of 2013, but I still don't have my laptop back, even after 2 frickin' months, so to you it's probably like late February if that continues as such, so we'll see. I've been watching a lot of 2012 review videos on the internet lately and I realise I kind of liked it. I kind of miss it. I mean, I had some ups, had a lot more downs, but you know, that's what life is, gotta take them both. So I've decided to do my own 2012 review video, not on events or anything, because I don't watch the news, but on 3 of the areas I'll be covering in a new review series I've been planning for quite some time now. Hopefully it'll start sometime this year. It was supposed to start at the end of last year, but I still need a lot of things like green screen and motivation, so I'll admit the secret item in the changes episode was in fact the title of this new series, but you know, keep it secret. I'll be talking 2012 in terms of the top 5 movies, music and video games in one episode, but as 3 to 4 separate videos. Depending on how many bloopers I have, I'll probably just separate them all together. I actually did something like this for 2011 as Facebook notes for film and games. If you'd like to pause the video now and have a read of them, I'll save you the trouble of having to find and friend me on Facebook. But for now I really should get this started, beginning with my main speciality. I'll be honest, of Seth MacFarlane's 3 shows, the only one I really like is Family Guy. Never really got into the other 2, and I barely even watch Family Guy as it is. Not from lack of interest, I just don't watch much TV at all. I don't have reception in my room. However, Ted is Seth's best work yet. Not all the jokes work, but the ones that do are golden, and the characters don't feel like stereotypes of the genre. I also don't often get into the man-boy refusing to grow up storyline, which is odd because that kind of fits me, but somehow it just works with a well-animated teddy bear. This is the first Daniel Craig Bond film I've seen, but I grew up a fan of the whole series. Even the lesser entries depending on general opinion. They were my first action films really, and Skyfall is certainly my favourite now. The action is thrilling, I nearly cried at the end, and I'm not even going to deduct points for the similarities between this and The Dark Knight, because this never felt like a clone to me. Javier Bardem knows what I'm talking about. I know I've said this for every film on this list so far, but Frankenweenie is one of Tim Burton's best. I did say one of though. But it is proof that he's still got it. He just has to start writing his own stories again. You can tell that the horror movie homages in this film are done with respect to the original material, like the vampire cat, the wolf rat, the sea monkey gremlins, all of them. The side characters are hilarious, and yes, with the subject matter, it gets emotional. If I have one criticism, which I should have a criticism somewhere, Vincent and his parents were more fleshed out in the original live-action short film, though I guess that wasn't Tim's main focus this time around, but yeah, could have been better. Still a good film though. and not just because I'm a gamer. In fact, I didn't mind that they only explored 3 of the potential billion worlds, because everything else in those 3 worlds was so good. I loved every character, the story was amazingly clever, it looked great, and the film really goes into not only what it means to be a bad guy, but also what it means to be a video game character in general, for better and worse. Now all we need is a really good tie-in game with a unique story that does explore more worlds, and we'll have a true video game crossover spectacular. Something other than a fighting game, please. Well, what else would it be? Just the magnitude of the project around it made it great, and the movie itself rocked. Action, comedy, drama, Scarlett Johansson. Couldn't resist. It's just amazing how after all the build-up of the series, they still managed to deliver something more awesome than the sum of its parts. Although, if you'll indulge my inner nerd for a moment, I preferred Edward Norton's Hulk. No offense to Mark Ruffalo, I just couldn't help nitpicking when I first saw it. Sorry. If you think I should have had a different film on this list, please keep in mind I had to have seen it, so sadly that's The Hobbit out, and it had to have been released in 2012 according to Australia. Wreck-It Ralph only just made it on Boxing Day, and Django Unchained still isn't out here yet. I really want to see Django Unchained, so...
2012 and all I know is everybody comes and goes, everybody sings and cries, makes a great and takes a prize in something, nothing, I don't care, because I always know that you'll be here with me.